Nana, Foxy Mama 365. We're back again with the Real Housewives of Potomac, season 5, episode 10. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry, okay? Reading from Drag Me Monique, okay? I told you guys, I think this season 5, the ladies of Potomac were going to bring it. And I'm like, yes, they're bringing it. Yeah. Kudos to them. You know, I think they're going to get good ratings, even though it's all about fighting and all. But yeah, it is what it is, okay? Giselle, miss me with your BS, okay? Giselle was trending earlier on this evening. Because Giselle, you're just you're so full of shit. I can't stand you're sitting on a high horse and being so like, yeah, you know, you have an image to protect. You and your Jamal have an and I'm like, what the hell? Girl, if you don't get thee behind me with that BS, your man that has 6 or 7, girl, but I will take Monique's fighting over being Jamal's baby mama, wife, whatever, all that, I'll take that, okay? So mix me with all that bullshit. So let's get back into it, okay? So they're going over the timeline of pretty much Candiace's and Monique's friendship. And Candiace is very sad. She doesn't know what she could have done and how she could have avoided all this, you know. And of course, we see Monique on the phone. She's going to have ladies at Karen's house. Karen has agreed to host them. So she can kind of, you know, have a one-on-one with the ladies without without Candiace being there. So, but in good faith, Karen reaches out to Candiace and says, hey, this is what's going to happen. But if you do want to come in later, not at the same time with Monique, you feel free to come in and, you know, you want to talk to the ladies and also so that your own side also can be heard as well. Monique is like, yeah, she's probably just going to go sit down with her therapist and, you know, at this point, she feels Candiace is dangerous. Candiace is unpredictable. She doesn't want to have, and I'm thinking, girl, you asked to be dragged and you got dragged and now you're like, oh, I'm so scared for my life. I don't want anything. I'm like really worried. And I'm like, girl, stop. Oh, I can't with Candiace. I just can't with people like Candiace. You know, now you're going to go to the police. You're going to write letters and now you're going to get lawyers involved. And I'm like, oh my gosh, girl. Okay, let's keep it pushing. So Giselle shows up and she's got KB. KB is her security just in case any of these ladies want to, you know, leapfrog, okay? If they get froggy, okay? Yeah, KB will be there to keep them. And I was like, what in the world is going? Come on, like really, Giselle? Like, come on, get away. Ashley comes in with baby Dean and she says, of course, that she spoke with Monique. They went out and Monique is remorseful about what happened. Pretty much, and of course she's now going to the blogs and the fact that there's a story already in the blogs and how did that story leak, who leaked it, and it seemed like it made Candiace look like the winner or the good person. It made Candiace look bad, and it made Monique like seem like she was just responding to Candiace throwing a drink in her face, and that really wasn't the truth. And that's true, that really wasn't the truth. So who leaked that story? You know, but don't forget there were other diners there. There are also the production crew. So you really don't know, you know, unless people played it back. Like a lot of us have had to go play back everything to actually know, okay, what happened. Anyway, let's keep it pushing. Wendy's like, nope, you can miss me with that, you know. And of course, Giselle too, the same thing, that, you know, you're going to give us a bad name. We already have a stereotype out there. They say black women are very, and I'm like, girl, okay. Miss me with that, okay? So you're gonna be a bad role model for black women and your daughters, you know. And I'm thinking it's a one-time altercation that does not and should not define a person, especially if you're remorseful. People go through. It is what it is, okay? Candiace is sitting down with her therapist, Dr. Ken, who she's been seeing for a while. And of course, she's already in tears. She's asking for tissues. Oh, she can't believe what's going to happen. Oh, tissues, please. Okay, and Dr. Ken is like, okay, what happened? You know, and she goes on to tell the whole story and how it really happened with they were going back and forth with their words. However, she went to, are you going to drag me? Yeah, can you drag me, Monique? Drag me, Monique. And then Monique flicks her hair. However, what Bravo never showed us was the clip of where Candiace actually reached out to grab Monique's shirt. We never ever saw that, you see. So I want to say, when in a fight, anything, you know, you never really know, you know, which is interesting that I'm happy that Candiace is actually acknowledging this bit, Because if she didn't say it, we probably won't even have noticed, you know. But then again, she definitely did not throw any wine at Monique. No, 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 that didn't happen. And later on, you actually see where they actually said, girl, you had red wine on your face. And that was because I think people were trying to separate you guys. And like I said, Miss Wendy was actually between both of them too. So I didn't see how Candice could have, you know, hit her. She did later on was able to hit Monique with her wine glass. And thank God she didn't, you know, cut anyone, because that could have really hurt. People could have really gotten hurt. But anyways, so of course we see Dr. Ken wants to know, what part did you play? You know, and she's like, oh well, she grabs my vest, no, she grabs my wig, and I'm literally like this, and she's going boom on me, and she's banging me up, and I'm able to get one jab in. Whew, all I can say, Candice girl, that wig glue was so faithful to you, okay? Girl, if I were you, I'll take this as a monetization moment and go get that wig glue. And put them up for sale, okay? And now she says, oh, she doesn't feel safe. Candice, miss me with all your bullshit. I'm not ready for this. Anyway, Monique comes into Karen's house, and she's embarrassed for what has happened. She's ashamed. So she's kind of taking ownership for her bit, and now she's now talking about what happened and what she remembered, and she says she blacked out. And I'm like, okay, girl, we know you didn't really black out, but okay. Keep pushing that narrative, okay? If it works for you. She says the wine was thrown at her, and she says like, okay, I better start taking notes. And she's like, girl, what the hell is going on? Yeah, I just want to take notes. She had a wine glass in her face, and then she got to swinging, and then she blacked out. She didn't remember, and all she remember was let go, and then people grabbing her right hand, but she was able to, you know, continue hitting Candice with her left hand. Oh, child, let her go, Monique. No, Candice, you want to get the, and she, you know, she's still, so, and then of course she now says, then she's able to get taken out. She goes in and is on the other side with the producer who is trying to get her to not go back out. But of course, you see Candice still talking, you know. So of course, she's like, okay, what do you guys think? Robin goes, well, you almost had me there. So how did the blogs get, who linked it to the blogs? Like, and Monique says, yeah, she only spoke with one person about it, and that was like 2 days after, and that she's now kind of piecing things back. And of course they're like, yeah, so that's exactly the timeline for when the blogs got a hold of this whole situation. How come the blogs got a hold of it? And of course when they're saying, nope, you're trying to justify what you did, and you are not remorseful and all of that. And of course Candice, you know, and Monique is like, well, I'm not really remorseful about what happened, but I am embarrassed. And of course, Wendy's trying to distinguish between being embarrassed and being remorseful. I don't know. It didn't make, she was trying to explain it, but it didn't make any sense to me. And all I can say is, Monique is happy that that fight happened, and she's still upset at Candice. And this is what usually happens when you have a lot of built up, pent up anger building up, and you don't sit down and have a discussion, a candid discussion, and say, this is really why I'm upset at you. And I can tell you that what Monique is really angry about is pretty much Sheriff talking shit about her family, alleging that Monique had an affair with her trainer. Really, that is really what it, pretty much where it was. And you can see that nothing Candice said, even with the apologies, which I think Monique felt were not really, were not heartfelt apologies. So it didn't matter what Candice said. You know, Monique just kept on going, even at her event. Every little thing Candice did, Monique was attacking her and really just wanted to go toe to toe with Candice. However, Monique, again, you shouldn't have used your hands. You could have just used your words, and if you couldn't use your words, pity. Moving on. So Dr. Ken is saying, how did Candice contribute to the fight? And Candice is saying she didn't contribute in any way, you know, that she didn't think. What was your role? I didn't really play a role. Nah, girl. You played a role. You were egging this girl on. Is that the word? Whatever. You guys can correct me down below, okay? You were egging this girl on, and she got to whooping your ass. Pretty much that it was what it was. And you kept on saying, you know when someone keeps on talking smack, oh, you're not going to do this, what are you going to do? What can you? And then of course you get it, and then of course pretty much your loyalty, you know, when you had been disloyal with bringing Charity to your event and trying to do all of that, I think Monique had it with you, Candice. So you know, you changed. And Dr. Ken is trying to get Candice to kind of have some ownership of her role in the fight. Moving on. So of course they go back to Monique, and Monique says, yeah, she's apologizing for what happened, but she's really not sorry. Candice had been pushing her off, pushing her on, and of course with the blogs, of course at this point Giselle is like, you know what? You said you're gonna do this, punch me. You told me you're gonna, you know, during there was a time you actually had the umbrella where you said you're gonna choke Robin out with the umbrella, and you did say you're gonna drag Candice pregnant and all, and then you got to doing it. When I got home, I spoke to my kids about it, and my girls were like, Mom, you don't need to be around her. She's not a good person. Okay, whatever. Yeah. And my kids actually know better than you, and they're 13 and 14, and they know better that they can use their words. And at this point, Monique is answering back and saying, okay, what it is, you know, like, yeah, I got to that point. What do you want me to do? The thing is, there's a big difference with when you're telling someone what they did and you're actually seeking for their good. It's the same situation with Kenya and Portia, in which Kenya is saying, Portia, oh, I understand. And you know that Kenya really doesn't mean good for Portia. So Portia is not going to be receptive. If it's coming from Karen, Monique will be receptive towards it. It's just as simple as that. Because kind of Monique feels Giselle, Robin, and Wendy have already made up their minds and are coming at her and not really coming to the place to kind of understand. Are they going to go back to Candice and say, Candice, girl, you were egging this girl on with your words and with your mouth and all of that. You shouldn't have been doing that. You know, it gets upsetting. However, Monique should never have put her hands on you. She should also have been able to use her words to fight back. Period. Whew. Girl, look at you. Yes. So of course Monique says to Giselle, yeah, rightly so, because you guys are attacking her. Like they say also at this point, Robin now says, Monique, you're being condescending. Like you're not really trying to have a conversation. And I'm saying, yeah, rightly so, because you guys are attacking her. You're not coming from a place of love. You know, a place of love will say, girl, you're wrong. What you did was not right. However, you know, you can correct it like this, and you know, you have to apologize. You know, if you're coming from a place of love, then it's better receive. But when you're telling me that I'm acting, that you're a little kid, you're 13 and 14-year-olds are acting better than me, then it's kind of also, you know, like insulting, you know. So anyways, so of course they ask Karen to step in, that she's the moderator, and that if it was them, she would not let them do this and get away with all of this. And Karen's like, girls, you know what, you guys have to keep your voices down. This is my house, okay? Otherwise you'll be out of my house, okay? KB and all, security guard and all, okay? So you guys take it easy, and I'm here to moderate. I'm not really here. I'm here to listen to everybody. Monique is my friend. I'm not going to throw her away with the water. I'm going to listen to what she has got to say. She's wrong, Monique. You're wrong, and you know, but we're going to walk with you. We're not going to, you know, you said you blacked out, and you know, you just have to walk on it, you know. And she says also, and she made a great point. She said, I've been attacked by everybody on this forum, and I've also been able to use my words, which was a great point. But you see the difference in the way Karen talks about it and the way Giselle and the other ladies speak about it. So Monique says she's going to speak to a pastor, and of course the other ladies are looking at her like, what? That you don't seem remorseful. And I'm kind of, no, she's not remorseful, but she's embarrassed about it. And Giselle of course says, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be near you. I'm out. Okay? Deuces. And she goes on to say, me and Jamal have a reputation to protect. We don't want to be around black bitches fighting. And I'm like, girl, if you don't get out of here. Wendy still chiming in and trying to get Monique to kind of get some kind of ownership of the situation. She says, oh, you blacked out, but after you blacked out, you remember saying and running out and still saying, you're going to kill this girl, you're going to kill this girl, and you're going to do, and she's like, girl, that's just not right. At this point, Monique is like, you know what, girls, maybe I don't need to be part of this group anymore. Ooh, everybody's like in shock. What? Maybe temporarily, maybe for a little while, you just need to just cool off. At that point, I really think that Monique needed this fight to get off her. If this fight, you know, when adrenaline had been pumping, she just needed to, because she just knew something was going to happen, and this was what was going to give. It's kind of sad But it is what it is. I do not think Monique should leave the show. However, she just needs to take some time out, because you can't be allowing ladies to put hands. That's not how we, you know, resort or resolve any issues. And like you see, the issue still hasn't been resolved. Candace is saying nope, she doesn't want to talk to Monique. She's not going to speak with her. Instead, she's going to go to Wendy and speak crap and go to all the blogs and talk all kinds of shit and, you know, be on her high horse, you know. So it really hasn't been resolved. They need to just sit down together without other people and talk, and really, really just talk, you know, with a table in between them possibly. Do better, Monique. Do better, Candace. So, of course, Robin and the other ladies get to going. Robin and Wendy are like, what? What just happened? Did Monique just get away scot-free? I'm not buying it, you know. Yeah, she did. But I really think Monique needs to probably really own it and say, I really apologize to Candace. But we'll see. Anyway, we see that next week. There's going to be some more action. I don't know what is going on. It looks like the men are getting involved in the whole situation, which is kind of sad. Yeah, I think Michael and Chris are going to get into a situation. The other ladies are now going to pick allegiances to whose side and all of that. Oh, child. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to share, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.